By the end of this video, I'm going to share with you guys how much I bought this land for and how I did it. And the price I paid for this is going to 100% absolutely surprise you guys. So, yo, what is going on? Isaac Mashman here, and today I'm bringing you a special video. This is a form of content I have never done before, which is why I'm especially excited to be sharing this with you. I'm doing a vlog, if you want to call it that, whatever you want to call it. This is a tour of the very first two properties that I bought earlier this year in 2022. Going into 2022, I'm like, man, it is time that I do something I've never done before. It is time to buy property. And actually, I have a client who is in that property game, buying and selling properties, flipping it. And I'm like, I don't want to flip it, but I could at least buy some really good land at a really good rate. Earlier in the year, I already threw in a little bit of money with Grant Cardone, good old Uncle G and Cardone Capital. And I'm like, I need to do something else to where I can stand on the land that I own. And so today, for the first time, I'm not only doing this vlog, but also for the first time, I'm touring the property. I bought them without stepping onto them. So I have no idea what to expect other than the pictures and the Google map and the satellite stuff I saw online. So I got the notification the other day, got the email saying, hey, the deed was recorded with the county. I'm going to be sharing where I bought the properties, but I'm going to be sharing that here in a couple of minutes. So without further ado, go ahead, watch the next 10 minutes or however long this video is. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment if you're into property, and comment and let me know what you got going on professionally and personally. Always here and always interested to learn about what you guys got going on. Much love. Yo, currently on the road right now with my boy Addison, who's in the driver's seat. We're going out to Pine Bluff, Arkansas, which is where I bought the properties. Currently living in Little Rock. I'm not from Little Rock, but living there for the time being. And Pine Bluff, ironically, from the period of 2010 to 2020, was America's fastest shrinking city by percentage. It shrunk by 12.5%, went from 49,000 people to 41,000 people. And you might ask, okay, Isaac, why are you buying property in a city that isn't growing? Number one, growth potential, right? For every single, broken down building, abandoned building that you see, there's the potential for that building to be renewed. And I think that the city over the next decade could very well be on the rise again. And then as people go from the capital city of Little Rock being too expensive, they would make their way down to a second major city, which would be Pine Bluff. And so I got two separate properties we're going to be checking out today. One of them is 0.09 acres, the other is 0.13 acres. And I'll actually be doing like a whole video walkthrough and showing you guys a little bit about it. Again, I've never been there, so I don't know what to expect, but I'll go ahead and update you when we are there. Yo. Okay, so we are touched down in Pine Bluff, and at the first, I say touchdown like we were flying, 45-minute car drive, but this is the first property I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. This is the 0.09 acre lot. So it's 40 feet widthwise along the road and then 100 feet back towards a cemetery. Yeah, literally, I bought a plot of land near the cemetery, but here's my thought process with that. The cemetery is eventually going to run out of land, right? And they're not going to build towards the highway, they're going to be building back. And so that means that there is a quite good opportunity to potentially sell to the cemetery, I don't know, 5-10 years down the road. If I'm only paying 20 bucks in property taxes per year for this property, then I'm like, hey, that's a steal. We're going to show you exactly what I got. So from that tree to this oak tree is the width of the property. So that's 40 feet. We could go ahead and just keep walking to kind of put it into perspective how far back this goes. If you guys can see, this is the cemetery back in that corner. So yeah, I mean, the cemetery is going to eventually run out of land, and where are they going to go? This plot of land being, 40 by 100 feet, this is large enough to put a double wide trailer on. This is large enough for an RV to park on. And I got to look into the research and find out how much it would cost to, get this land kind of tore apart a little bit, tear up some of the trees, clean it up. And I haven't done any of that. I bought the land as is. So there is trash. In the next month or so, I might come back out and do a little bit of a cleanup on the property. But yeah, if I was to pay a couple $1,000, have the land developed to a degree of sewage, electricity, water, and have somebody rent out this land, man, I could be making my investment 5 times over in the first year of doing that. And by the way, by the end of this video, I'm going to share with you guys how much I bought this land for and how I did it. Not here trying to be your land guru. I think I could go ahead and the price I paid for this is going to 100% absolutely surprise you guys. So stick to the end of the video. Yo, so I am now at the second property, which is going to need some TLC, some tender love, care, and cleanup. So TLCC, it's a little rough. I am on a road right now. For the price I paid for the property, I'm not complaining because I do see potential in this land. Ironically, as crazy as it might sound, I own from where I'm standing right here all the way to the edge of the road, and it looks like that's actually an abandoned trailer, and then there's a burnt down house over there. So this is, let alone the experience that I'm having right about now, is worth the money because it's really unpredictable. But so it's 50 feet along this supposed street by about 120 along this other street, which I'm about to walk as well. So, you know, according to one record, it was 5,600 square feet. According to the city, it was 6,000. So this is the 0.13 acre piece of property that I own. And so combine that with the 0.09, it's 0.23 acres. And stay until the end of the video and I'll reveal the price and how I exactly got the property. But let me go to walk you along the other side here in a second. Okay, so I'm along the other street, and as you can see, that's the drainage ditch. So let's go ahead and walk together. And now we are going from where I was before. So 50 feet that way, and then 120 there about this way. I mean, a decent walk, 6,000 square feet, but if you can see, it's straight woods, relatively thick. Honestly, I don't know what I would find going back there. I'll save that for a future video or future thing that I got. Man, I sound like a YouTuber now, future video. There is a little drainage thing right there, so I can say I have a stream on my property. But yeah, I mean, I could just keep going. And right about here, give or take, is when it ends. And then there's other property surrounding it. On the other side, same thing, got some houses behind us. Looks like just country folk, honestly. I mean, it's not like necessarily dangerous out here. That's not the vibe I'm getting. I'm thinking more so just, it's something that was neglected, something that, you know, people stopped using, people stopped paying attention to. And going off of the satellite images, last time I checked and last time it was recorded, back there was a house and it was well kept, and now it's nothing but woods. You know, it's nothing but woods and trees. And if we can see, we have a fence right there, but you can't see anything. But yeah, man, I mean, this is the first two properties I've ever bought, and this one is definitely a lot trashier. I'm just being literal. It's trashier, and I would need to spend an entire day cleaning up the trash alone for this to start to look decent. And then that doesn't even count to how much I would need to spend to get this cleared if I needed to put a trailer on it. This is a piece of property I'm just going to hold on to. Maybe eventually, if I was to invest in the area, that's when I would see about putting it to use. But the other one, that's definitely the one that I have my eyes set on more. It's the one that I prefer a lot more because I see more of the potential, and it would be a lot easier to start using it and making it a investment vehicle, or using it to hold on to for the cemetery, and just more potential. But right here, I'm just going to hold on to it. Again, property taxes, it's like 20 bucks a year. 30, I think this one is actually 30 because this one has a market value of like $3,000. So the appraised value is a little bit higher, and we'll see. Okay, so after viewing both of the properties and taking a trip down to Pine Bluff, heading back to Little Rock right now, and as promised, I want to go ahead and let you guys know how I got the properties and how much I spent getting those properties. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you know, I had a client who was involved in this game of buying and selling real estate, and I'm keeping these properties. Even after touring the second one and really not knowing what to expect and seeing all the work that would need to be done to that to even make it usable for an RV or a trailer, I don't see the point of selling it yet, because a lot of I was actually doing some additional research, and right above Pine Bluff is a place called Whitehall, and they're actually building down, and so there's an opportunity for that area to actually kind of increase in value and become better and better. And a lot of those properties around are actually owned by other investors and people who, you know, see the potential in the long term. And so I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. But on the first property, the 0.09 acre lot, that's what I'm going to consider really building. And yeah, I mean, it's been quite the experience. It's cool to be able to step on something and be like, hey, I own this, you know, and that's why I really bought that. I think it's worth every single penny, every single cent, and it was good. It was good. I appreciate you guys sticking along for this vlog. Now, I spent $550 for both of those properties. Yeah, $550, less than $1,000. For the amount of money I put into Grant Cardone's Cardone Capital, I literally could have bought like a third property from who I bought it from. I'm not disclosing the name of the company, but Both of those properties were tax lien foreclosure, which basically means the owner was delinquent on their taxes. They didn't pay, you know, to the county or to the city, and so after a while, the government repossesses that property and they auction off that property. And I bought it from the person who bought and owned, you know, that auction. So I got in at a really good deal. They were originally selling for $299 a piece, which would take the total cost to about $650 because of the processing fee. I said, I'll take both of those properties off your hand, this parcel and that parcel, for $500, negotiated up to $550, and I didn't have to pay the processing fee, so it saved me $98. So super grateful to be able to have gotten that deal. I mean, it's cool to be able to say I have that land and to see what I could do in the long term. I'm going to continue doing research and maybe keeping you guys posted on what I'm going to be doing with it, but wanted to take you guys along for this ride. Me and my boy Addison are now about to go and grab a bite to eat, and this wraps up my very first vlog, whatever you want to call it. Happy and grateful for you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below what you got going on, what your thoughts were, ways that I can improve, and if you're going to be interested, you know, for the long term. If you're going to be interested, well, grateful for you, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post a video, including some awesome reels. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace.